So in this video, we're looking at the organizational chart for the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. You can see up here at the top, we have something missing. What's missing from this chart is the Texas Board of Criminal Justice. The board consists of 9 members appointed by the governor to oversee this agency. That includes hiring this executive director. They establish rules for the agency. So I want to highlight some of these divisions that fall under the Chief Operations Officer. These divisions that fall under this area right here make up a bulk of what you would call the offender management units. So they're the ones dealing directly with the supervision and behavioral management of the offenders supervised by the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. So there's a lot of stuff going on down here, but let's just take a look at the first 3. So this is the Community Justice Assistance Division, and this is what administers adult probation in the state of Texas. So this idea varies from state to state, but and many of you already know that adult probation is not operated at the state level in Texas, even though I just said that this state level department operates adult probation in Texas. So in Texas, counties oversee the supervision of offenders. So this division does not work directly with offenders, but instead it works with the county departments that supervise probationers. So adult probation agencies are known as Community Supervision and Corrections Departments, or CSCD. So you'll see that instead of adult probation, and in some places you still see adult probation, but a lot of them now refer to their formal name as Johnson County CSCD. It's a Community Supervision and Corrections Department. So the Community Justice Assistance Division tracks performances of these local agencies. They monitor and review their budgets. They distribute state funding. They enforce state level standards, and they provide training for supervision officers. The Correctional Institutions Division, also called CID, is responsible for the confinement of adult inmates. So these inmates are incarcerated across the state in secure facilities, and they have different levels or classifications of facilities. So a facility can be identified as a state prison, a pre-release facility, a psychiatric facility, developmental disabilities program facilities exist, medical facilities. In Texas, we have prisons that we call state jails, geriatric facilities that house older inmates, and substance abuse felony punishment facilities. We call them SAFEPs. Those fit into the CID division. So the functional areas of management of these secure facilities include classification records, laundry and food, mail system coordination, and then the kind of obvious, the security operations. And then let's move down to this third one. The last one we'll talk about is the Parole Division. Parole Division supervises offenders released from prison who are serving the remainder of their sentence in the community. Somewhere in Texas, they go back home after they leave prison, but their prison sentence hasn't technically ended. They've just been granted early release, so that the prison sentence transfers to the Parole Division, and the remainder of that sentence gets served under community supervision. So the Parole Division also performs pre-release functions. So I mentioned in the CID there are pre-release facilities. So there's a lot of interconnected parts and interconnected processes that are happening. So the Parole Division does work within the CID facilities, preparing for release, tracking parole eligible cases. The division itself does not make the release or revocation decisions, but they do work really closely with the Board of Pardons and Parole and provide board members with documentation needed to make those decisions. So when you think about Texas Criminal Justice Department, the state agency that operates our prison system, just keep in mind it's a lot bigger than that. These are just three areas within one unit or division that kind of makes up the most obvious parts of what we see happening in our justice agency. So keep these three in mind: Community Justice Assistance Division, Correctional Institutions Division, and the Parole Division.